Hello everyone, and welcome back to this Excel Masterclass series. I'm Nima, and I help you master Excel the simple and smart way. Today's lesson is all about one of the most important formula families in Excel, the IF functions. The IF function is the backbone of decision-making in spreadsheets. It allows you to test a condition, and depending on whether it is true or false, Excel will return different results. We'll start simple, then move step by step into more advanced techniques, including nested if with and, the modern IFS function, and finally, real financial applications like bonuses, late payments, and expense categories. So let's get started. Section 1. Basic IF function. The syntax of the IF function is very straightforward. It goes like this: if logical test, value, if true, value, if false. Think of it like asking a yes or no question. If the answer is yes, Excel does one thing. If the answer is no, Excel does something else. Let's look at our first example. I have a list of student scores in column B. I want Excel to show pass if the score is greater than or equal to 50, and fail if it's less than 50. So, in cell C2, I type equals if B2 greater than or equal to 50, pass, fail. When I press Enter, Excel evaluates the condition. If the score is greater than or equal to 50, the result is pass. If not, the result is fail. Now, I drag the formula down for all the students, and you can see Excel instantly categorizes everyone. What's great about IF is flexibility. Instead of text, I could return numbers like 1 for pass and 0 for fail. Or I could return another calculation, such as adding 10% to a salary if performance is good, or leaving it unchanged if performance is poor. A very common mistake is forgetting the quotation marks around text. If you type pass without quotes, Excel thinks it's a name or function, and you'll get an error. So always remember, text values must be inside quotation marks. Section 2. Nested if. Sometimes one condition is not enough. What if we want multiple categories? For that, we can use nested ifs, basically putting one if inside another. Here's an example. A company wants to give employees a bonus depending on profit percentage. If profit is less than 10%, there's no bonus. If profit is between 10% and 20%, employees get a 5% bonus. If profit is greater than 20%, employees get a 10% bonus. In cell C2, I type equals if B2 less than 10, no bonus. If B2 less than or equal to 20, 5% bonus, 10% bonus. The logic is clear. First, Excel checks if profit is less than 10. If yes, no bonus. If not, it moves to the next if and checks if it's less than or equal to 20. If yes, 5% bonus. Otherwise, it must be more than 20, so 10% bonus. Nested if works perfectly, but there's a drawback. When you have many conditions, the formula becomes long and hard to read. This is called the nested if monster. Still, it's very powerful, and if you format your formulas neatly, you can manage multiple layers of conditions. Section 3. If with and or. Let's make our logic even more flexible by combining if with and or, and requires all conditions to be true, or requires at least one condition to be true. Example 1. Loan approval. A bank approves a loan if income is greater than $3,000 and credit score is greater than 650. In cell C2, I write chain if and B2 3,000, C2's 650, approved, rejected. Here, both conditions must be true. If income is high but credit score is too low, The loan is rejected. Example 2. Discounts. Suppose a store gives a 10% discount if the product is either a laptop or a tablet. Here's the formula: equals if or B2 equals laptop, B2 equals tablet. 10% off, no discount with or even if only one condition is true. Excel returns the positive result. Tip: be very careful with parentheses when combining functions. And or must be inside their own parentheses and then wrapped inside the if function. Section 4. IFS Function. In modern Excel, starting from 2019 and Office 365, we have a cleaner option called the IFS Function. IFS allows you to test multiple conditions without nesting. The syntax is simple. Equals ifs, open parenthesis condition, 1 comma result, 1 comma condition, 2 comma result, 2 comma condition, 3 comma result, 3 comma close parenthesis. Let's use our employee bonus example again. Das ifs B2 less than 10, no bonus, B2 less than or equal to 20, 5% bonus, B2 greater than 20, 10% bonus. Much easier to read, right? No need for multiple closing parentheses. Another example. Expense categorization. If expense 1,000, small. If expense 5,000, medium. Otherwise, large. Formula equals ifs, open parenthesis, B2 less than 1,000 close parenthesis comma, small comma, B2 less than 5,000 close parenthesis comma, medium comma, B2 greater than or equal to 5,000 close parenthesis comma, large. This is much cleaner, and it reduces errors when you're writing complex logic. Section 5. Real financial applications. Now, let's see how if functions are applied in real financial tasks. 1. Late payment detection. If the payment date is greater than the due date, show late fee. Otherwise, show on time. Formula equals if payment date greater than due date, late fee, on time. 2. Expense categorization. We can categorize expenses automatically. For example, small if less than 1,000, medium if 1,000 to 5,000, large if greater than 5,000. We can use either nested if or ifs, depending on the Excel version. 3. Bonus calculation. In many companies, bonuses are linked to performance or sales targets. For example, less than 80% target, no bonus. 80 to 100%, 5% bonus. Above 100%, 10% bonus. By setting this up with if or ifs, the system instantly calculates every employee's bonus without manual work. These small but powerful formulas save hours of manual checking and make financial reports much more accurate. Always test your conditions by writing them separately first. For example, check if B2 greater than or equal to 50 returns true or false before wrapping it inside if. Use ifs instead of multiple nested ifs when possible, because it's cleaner and easier to maintain. Combine if with and or for more advanced logic. For very large datasets, too many if formulas can slow Excel down. In those cases, consider using lookup functions like VLOOKUP, XLOOKUP, or even Power Query. And that's it, a complete guide to if functions in Excel, from the basics to advanced financial applications. Start practicing these formulas in your own spreadsheets, because mastering if will unlock many other Excel skills for you. If you enjoyed this lesson, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with your friends. And remember, little steps, big progress.